We're live. Let me double check. Okay, cool. We're live, but we have no viewers because no one has the new link. Oh, we got one viewer. Hi. Sorry, we had a little technical issue there. I'm gonna share out this new link a second. Just give me a second, guys. Well, while I'm doing this, do you guys want to go around? I was going to give you guys an intro, but while I'm sharing this stuff, do you want to go around and introduce yourselves?
Yes, hello, I'm Lucy. It's great to be here. Thank you everyone for joining the stream. I'm the creative director at the Immersive Kind, and I'm also an extended reality artist, and I'm really excited to be here and to be chatting with all these amazing, inspiring fashion experts and creative technology disruptors. I'm going to pass over to Lorna now.
Hi everyone, I'm Lorna. Nice to be here and nice to meet you all. I'm a virtual reality artist. I use Tilt Brush and I mainly do 3D environment design. I like creating videos and I do a lot of storytelling elements. Yeah, it's great to be here and I'll pass you on now.
Yeah, Alan, do you want to introduce?
Hello everyone, my name is Alan. I create augmented reality filters for social media and also avatars. Yeah. Back to you.
Tamara.
Hello, my name is Tamara Ingles. I am a designer of extended reality experiences and virtual fashion, which means that I design immersive virtual reality environments as well as theater.
Finally, it's me, I think. Hi everyone, it's Harry. I am the marketing communication lead at the Immersive Kind. It's so lovely to be here tonight with everyone. I mean, for me in London now, it's tonight. I don't know about you guys. I hope you're having a lovely day, and we are so happy to be here with you today and talking about all things digital fashion and digital avatar.
Guys, there is a new link. Sorry to interrupt.
What do you mean?
Yep, I just shared a new YouTube link that you guys can send out to Twitter and your socials if you want, just to get some more viewers.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're the Immersive
Awesome.
Kind.
Oh, where can we get the link?
Well,
where can we get the new link? Oh,
it's in the chat on WhatsApp. Welcome, Matthew. Sorry about the technical issues.
No worries.
We're live. We're live now. We got 6 viewers, it looks like. Hopefully more will come in as we kind of get the new link shared out to people. Oh, got 10 viewers now. Cool. So I'm going up. All right. Well, welcome to the viewers. Welcome to all of you. Thank you so much for joining us. This is day 4 of Crypto Fashion Week. I want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor Luxo. They've been really great in helping us put this on. Yeah, and today we're joined by some of the crew behind the Fabric of Reality experience. Some amazing artists and brilliant human beings. We're grateful to have you all here with me. everyone kind of gave a little intro except for you, Matthew. I don't know if you want to give a little brief intro about yourself and what you do.
I mean, look, surely everyone knows who I am, right? Well, look, for those who don't, come on, I'm Matthew Drinkwood. I head up the innovation agency at London College of Fashion.
Beautiful. So yeah, today we're going to kind of be talking to each of you and having you share a little bit of your arts and a little bit about the experience working together on this beautiful immersive project. Does anyone want to start out, or?
Yeah, sure. I don't mind jumping in. I mean, we were chatting earlier about kind of the shape of the world and how back in February last year we were having discussions around digital fashion and virtual catwalk shows, and my last speaking gig was in LA in February. And it was fun listening to people and seeing their questioning around the state of what digital fashion could be and the skepticism that surrounded it. And then kind of watching the world collapse in the next couple of weeks. And as stores were shuttered and catwalk shows were cancelled, this kind of shock from the industry of what are we going to do? How are we going to address this? And it was at that time that we'd been talking with the brilliant guys at RYOT Studios and Verizon Media about, well, maybe we could do something fun. And I think one thing that we really passionate about making sure we didn't do was just replicate a physical catwalk show in a digital space. That seemed really way too obvious. When you have the gift of virtual exploration, why recreate the real world is kind of what I wanted to go down. And so we started to plot the fabric of reality, and the idea was to create a space within the Museum of Other Realities and pair emerging design talent with amazing XR artists. And so we pulled together a group of Charlie Cohen, Sabina, and the outstandingly brilliant Damara English, and pulled them together to create their own story worlds, and take people on a journey that they would never have experienced before. And it was, and still is, available in the Museum of Other Realities. You can still go in and have that experience. So if you have an HTC Vive headset or an Oculus, dive in, go experience the fabric of reality. It is an experience like no other in Fashion Week terms. It's something that I think, well, Damara will talk to it, but I think a lot of people questioned whether or not you could ever recreate the excitement of physical Fashion Week. Can you ever have that heart-pumping adrenaline moment? And look, as you fly through Damara's story world, yeah, you get that. You get that real thump on your chest of, yeah, this is as good as being front row. I miss front row. I miss shows a lot, but in that moment, we were able to recreate something truly exciting. So I don't know, Damara, you should probably talk about what you made, because it was kind of cool.
Yeah, so as I was saying earlier before the village, I actually had the honor of working with Matthew before on the Kering Awards of 2019, which is basically was a collaboration between LCF and the Kering Group that represents Gucci, Stella McCartney, etc., etc. And on that competition, I proposed an augmented reality sort of Tamagotchi T-shirt that will grow with the experience and grow with engagement, sort of like a gamification that would lead the audience towards sustainability. And it was a great project. We had a lot of fun, and gladly we won. And so I moved to Milano in January of 2020. And 5 weeks later, COVID-19 really hit Milano, and I had to run back to Lisbon to my family. I was very disappointed, I would say borderline depressed for a while. It was the biggest dream of my life to work for a brand like that, especially on such a cause, sustainability and technology. But I was very grateful that I had the opportunity to be at the Gucci fashion show, in the control room with that smell of burning cables and the silence and like a symphony of the director directing the live stream, almost like an orchestra. It was the most inspiring experience I've had in my life, and I'm not ashamed of saying that. I was very grateful in that moment, and I in that moment I was sure, okay, that's why I am in fashion. And that was a great day, but on the next day we couldn't go to the office because of the concerns around COVID, and then turns out we never went back to the office. So I was holding on to that feeling of the fashion show, that feeling of seeing, such a huge team of people, so many brains clashing together for months on end to create a moment that the audience will experience for maximum of 10 minutes, but that will echo into something else. And so when I got the email from Matthew, with a briefing of the fabric of reality that was proposing not just creating a virtual reality fashion show experience that would sort of take the place of the traditional fashion shows that couldn't happen, but above it all, to really use all the alternative reality skills to create a new proposal over. And that's what I was very excited, because traditional fashion, um, is never traditional. Okay, that's the one thing that fashion is that is not traditional. But there are some set of rules. I mean, it's physical. You have important people sitting on the first row. You have iconic models. It's about everything but the clothes and the designer, if we are really honest. And so creating this experience was also a way for me as a fashion critic to criticize the process of physical fashion through virtual fashion. And above it all, as a fashion technologist, to think a fashion show for the material aspect, which I think it's very complex. It's quite complex to replicate the sensation of being in a fashion environment for the first time. And that's why Sutu and I work with different elements to kind of replicate that butterflies on the stomach feeling. Like, for example, the audience would float around our story world and outside of the normal physics of the physical. And that was one of the ways that we got of recreating that, that anxiety that you get on a social occasion, but that is a bit hard to replicate digitally.
That anxiety though is super interesting, because my team were obviously in the experience as well, and like we go to Fashion Week every season, and I would say are pretty comfortable at doing that. But I was really intrigued to hear that some of them find it quite intimidating to go to Fashion Week, and kind of people beginning to look at where you're sitting, what you're wearing. And in the fabric of reality, we appeared as kind of avatars, and were able to have some level of anonymity about our persona. And they said that it was really liberating, that it allowed them to feel and have conversations with people that they would never have done with the kind of confidence that they did within that virtual space. And I know that they, from an audience perspective, being close to a creator as well was really important, to actually be there and to have those conversations with you and with Charlie and Sabina were were really meaningful for them. I don't know how that felt for you, Damara, but I certainly know from an audience perspective, it allowed some barriers that exist in the hierarchies that are there within fashion to be completely removed, and that was really cool.
Yes, I would say definitely 100%. So it's such a crazy experience. At first, Suku and I, we were just wearing, the standard red avatars. And then one day before the show, we decided to get dressed together and pick the same color. And like, I had the sort of head spikes avatar to represent my afro. So it's a lot of fun to like the different layers that you can use to represent yourself. But above it all, it was mostly the experience that in the virtual reality, we are all in the same level, right? Like it's new for everyone. So there is no um, intimidation when you are in that environment, when you go in the street with someone else, because you know that that's also an experience that they're probably not that used to, especially in the fashion industry. So that's a common point, and that's a point of conversation, showing the tricks. That's a great way of starting a conversation without feeling, oh my God, I'm just, a little fashion designer speaking with Megan McDonald from Vogue Business. So it definitely creates a more, I would say, equal feeling, because it's not a traditional fashion space where there would be photographers and people around her speaking to her and etc. So in virtual reality, we really have the opportunity to be fully focused and immersed in the moment and just speak, one on one and share that experience almost as a team. It's not like um, yes, I was a designer of the experience. I knew what the experience was, but I might tell you, I was as surprised as anyone else when I got there, and I'm still as surprised when I go in there today. So it was almost just getting there together as a team and like discovering the controls and flying up or flying down or going inside the bubble or getting outside the bubble. Um, it's a more equal stage. Whilst material fashion, of course, with way more time of development, you have all of these different levels of people that you're supposed to speak with or not.
And I think kind of just to maybe wrap on those ideas, but the idea that we are placing people into your story, like so often when you go to Fashion Week, you pick up show notes and kind of read through a designer's vision, and that's cool and gives you a background to what they were thinking. Like we were beginning to change that narrative and actually put the audience inside that story, and that shift from kind of a linear storytelling narrative of you to an individual, you're putting them inside, and that change in how they begin to understand and feel closer to a collection as the result of that is something that we're still kind of measuring what the impact is, but kind of from the early research that came out of the project was that a really huge number felt much closer to the designer, understood the collection better. And I think there was some statistics that around 78, 80% felt that they valued the garments or the pieces within that collection more, having been through the immersive experience and understood more. So, that we're beginning to get into this place where this shouldn't be considered as an alternative to a fashion show, as a replacement for a fashion show. This is another layer that we're able to add to brand experience that is allowing consumers to come a lot closer. And I think we should defer to all of the other brilliant people in the room.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I actually have a video. I don't know if this would be a good time to show it. Just a little
Cool.
preview of that event, I believe, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Pull this up. Fabric of reality. Okay. Cool. So I think this will just play through real quick. I don't know if anyone wants to give us a little intro. This is just a preview video of the event. So
I think
our Y code, the goddess radiating energy, surrounded by lounging Gudatamans. The eternity code. We are a sum of our memories and thoughts, wearing these memories like a code.
The future of fashion is a symbiosis between our biological bodies and virtual environments. And now we are cavemen of the virtual age.
cool. Thank you.
awesome. I know there's some other work that you guys have that you want to be showing. I think that, or Khadid, you want to say anything about that?
Yeah, it just blows my mind every time I see that video and what was achieved. It's just absolutely extraordinary and so exciting to be a part of this moment in history that is taking place, and to have all of these incredible designers coming together this evening. I'm really keen to hear from Alan, who's joining us as well tonight from Amsterdam. Alan, do you want to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about what you've been doing in terms of avatar creation and the future of digital fashion consumption as you see it?
Yes, thank you. Hello, everyone. Can I please share the screen?
Yeah, for sure.
Hello.
Oh, you saw it. Yeah, it was good. Yep, you're good. Can you hear us? You there?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We can hear you, Alan.
Okay.
We can hear you. You're good. You're good. You had it full screen.
We can see your screen as well. Go ahead.
Okay. If I turn off my camera, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes, we can, but we can't see your slides. We can now. Yeah, that's great. Do you want to just walk us through what you've been doing here, Alan?
Can't hear you if you're talking. Try talk now.
Hello.
Hi.
I don't know what's going on. Sorry.
The technology doesn't seem to be playing nicely, Alan. Sorry.
Hey, let's try this. Here, just a second. Let me try something.
Don't worry.
All right, now try. Oh, yeah, we can't hear you again. Yeah, your audio keeps cutting out. Can you hear me, Alan?
Working in tech. If we could go to Lucy, do you want to head over to Lucy now?
It looks like Alan's going. We can't hear him for some reason. I don't know if that's on his end. Hey, Alan, we can't hear you.
But the work is awesome. So it's
yeah,
nice.
It looks cool.
love Adam's work. I'm such a fan of his filters and models. Adam, we can't hear you, but we see you.
Yeah, I don't know why his audio is cutting out. I wish we could hear what he was saying because it's probably amazing. Can we message him and see?
Messaging in Alan, but we can't seem to get through. The work is absolutely incredible, and he's doing really extraordinary things with avatars, virtual models, and lens filters. And we've been collaborating and working on a number of really incredible projects. Alan has recently taken images from my personal social media to produce a series of avatars, which you're seeing on this screen now, which we then dressed with a 3D fashion designer called Diana Reid, working with XR Couture, which is a 3D digital only fashion house. So that's a recent project that we worked on. Alan, the work is just stunning. I'm so sorry that we've had some technical issues this evening, the joy of live streaming. But
Could you hear me?
the work does look absolutely brilliant, and we love it so much.
The work looks amazing.
Could you not hear us? Could you not hear us?
But it looks amazing. It looks amazing, and it's just extraordinary what you've been doing, and I'm such a fan. Love it. And Matthew and Tamara, we all think it's absolutely brilliant. I'm conscious of time, and I know that we've only got Matthew for a little bit. So Matt, is there anything that you want to kind of get across to us in terms of your vision? Obviously, we've just had this really significant shift in terms of digital taking place, and I'm really keen to hear your thoughts on what happens next when we come out of the pandemic. What happens next for the future of fashion consumption? Are we moving into a metaverse? And what is the kind of next steps in terms of fashion innovation, in your opinion?
All of those things are going to happen. So the technology roadmap is going to allow for that to happen. What is going to happen as we come out of the pandemic, then I guess traditional fashion will want to go back to where it was before, and I think there will be a bit of resistance to all of the things that have happened. But I think regardless, that mark has been set, and I think if I look at what is happening with Crypto Fashion Week and the explosion of individuals creating content, we are going to look back on what has just happened as the birth of a new movement. So those traditional brands can kind of resist all they like, but yeah, we are genuinely shifting into a new era for the fashion industry, where kind of virtual goods and digital engagement will become really a crucial part of every business model for future fashion businesses. So yeah, that's what's coming. And I think that the last thing I would say is that no one can do it by themselves. Collaboratively, we have to come together to make this happen. So experimentation, collaboration, and yeah, that's about it. Let's just go do some cool shit.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
I better dash it.
Thanks for being with us this evening, Matthew. It's so great.
It was lovely to see everyone.
Thanks, Matt.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
And then I wanted to come to Lucy and then to Tammy. So Lucy, did you want to talk a bit about what you've been doing as an XR artist? I know you've got some incredible work and what we've been collaborating on within the immersive kind. It'd be really good to hear from you too, Lucy.
Yes, I would love to. I need to just screen share my work, but maybe I might do an introduction about it first.
Sounds good.
I'm an extent. Do you mind sharing it, please, Dylan?
Yeah, I can share the two videos with that.
Yeah, that would be great. I'm an extended reality artist, and I've come from a fine art background, but I've been working a lot with digital making, and I've been really interested in extended reality and exploring alternative realities. And this is where I've been able to really explore and craft new experiences for the participant. If I show the work and then I can just explain a little bit more about it afterwards, please.
For sure.
Thank you.
You want the first one?
The Lucy, please. The one with Lucy.
Okay, cool.
Thank you. So through world building, I've created these projects, and I've been using Unreal Engine and Blender, so all open source software. So that's been really, for me, a really important process, is to use technologies that's accessible for multiple audience.
Cool. All right, well, I'll play this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Through you for screening it. So as you can see from the video pieces, what I've really enjoyed doing through using Unreal Engine, I've been able to create a distance and also draw the distance in to make these moments that are happening all around us at a closer space for the participant. As you could see that there was this tiger oil, and at the moment it's a fluid where you can interact with it. So even though you couldn't see it in that video, in virtual reality, the participant can move the liquid with their hands. And this part of the project was, for me, really inspiring and exciting, because I got to tour this with the immersive kind when we were still able to go in real life at various pop-up events with Kadeem. And it was great to hear the feedback as well from audiences. And as we were talking earlier about collaboration and knowledge exchange, this is a part with extended reality where you really can build on user experience. because as an artist, I found it quite starting out in this sort of realm and this world. It's all very new, and you're still we're all trying to find our way of how people can experience stories. And so the project's inspired by cultural phenomena, and I like to sort of create new object relationships. And in this instance, it was tiger print and petrol. And I was looking at this idea of consumption, and then obviously with tiger print, how it goes into fashion industry, as well as also into the fact that it's this rare endangered animal species. So it's thank you for allowing me to share this with you all. It would be also great to share the Immersive Kinds video as well, please.
Yeah,
this is an amalgamation of the Immersive Kind community, all of these amazing artists that we've been working with and exploring these themes of extended reality, fashion, and digitalization. So that was really, really great to see all of that together for me over the past year, of all the work that Kadeen's been doing, as well as the Immersive Kind community. And I think what really is interesting about the practice and the research that we've been looking into is this idea of what this avatar is. And we spoke about that earlier in this stream. And we're really interested at the Immersive Kind in looking at how the avatar is becoming, in the fashion industry, and how we can put ourselves as avatars, as shapeshifters. And we're sort of within the social reality, we can simulate human interaction through being a virtual being. And we're really interested in all of this, both through within the fashion industry, and also extending in and cross-pollinating into other industries. And we've been learning that quite a lot and exploring how virtual identity can be exposed and also shared within through creations as well. So with the immersive kind, we're also really interested in researching the digitalization and what this means for creatives. And with this by using these digital tools, we also are really interested in finding and presenting the unseen in society as well. I'm going to hand over now, I think, to Damara to maybe just talk a little bit about that AR filter that we did with the immersive kind that we showed at the end. Damara, would you like to?
Hey again. So definitely, that augmented reality filter is actually part of the fabric of reality. And mine and Suto's project on the fabric of reality is titled Symbiotic Wear. So we decided to take symbiotic wear on different experiences and onto different platforms. So symbiotic wear started by being designed in virtual reality using Google Qt Brush. And then it was exported to Unity and imported into the Museum of Other Realities, where it will be exhibited until July of this year. And then after that stage, I connected with Immersive Kind. That's when I joined the Immersive Kind team. And we started talking about the idea of value within the digital spaces, and how in digital spaces value is based on exclusivity and not that much on longevity, right? So on physical um, objects, on physical garments, the idea of luxury is that something will last forever. Is this amazing rare leather? Is this amazing new way of sewing the side of a bag that will make it eternal? It's all of these craft that took thousands of years to accumulate that will give the value of a physical luxury good. On this case, we decided to use the opposite approach and use the system of limited drops to create value on seemingly eternal digital assets. And so we took symbiotic wear into Spark AR and changed it specifically responding to the colors that I saw the most while scrolling on Instagram. So it was kind of the process of designing, but looking at a specific audience that only exists in that space. So this garment, this symbiotic wear filter and drop was designed for Instagram. And the research process and inspiration was also based on Instagram. On the colors that I saw on the scroll of people that I follow on my Instagram profile, as well as the ethos and the colors that I feel emanate from the immersive kinds ethos and perspective. I just want to add a little point to what Matthew said earlier. The first point that I want to add is that we are not just living in between two realities, the physical and the digital. We are also living in between two avatars, the physical and the digital. And the more time passes, the more we have to invest actual money in both avatars, being it buying something just to take a photo on Instagram, or buying followers, or buying that special editing program that will make your videos or your photos more interesting to your viewers. So as digital content becomes more and more part of how we express ourselves, I feel that it's also relevant to give context to that digital existence and to the digital consumption. And that's what I think that the notion of story world, where you can visit and be immersed in the habitat of a garment, right? Like the mind, the womb, the place where the garment was taken off of. It's really important, especially on a digital era when now with crypto art, we see that finally digital artists can have ownership of what they create. But before that, everything was very fluid, and you can create this amazing shape today, and 10 days later, everyone has it, and everyone is the original designer of that piece. So with the growth of crypto art, I think that the notion of story world becomes more and more relevant, because when it comes to physical fashion, again, it's the idea of longevity, but it's also the idea of touch. Something is comfortable, it feels good, it has quality. So what are the equivalent of these textile human sensations that digital fashion can bring to us? And I think that in that sense, a story world creates that sort of sensitivity and engagement with the digital garment that is almost on the top of your skin, but not really.
Yeah, that was really well put, Tamara. What we really want to hear from, who we want to hear from now is Tammy, and what your thoughts are on the future of digital consumption and what you think about what the immersive kind is doing at the moment as well in the space.
Oh, we can't hear you.
Sorry, oops, I was on mute. Hi everyone, it's Tammy. I'm currently taking care of the marketing communication side at the Immersive Kind. So obviously, I believe my colleagues and everyone have brought up so many good points, and I just want to touch on the first point about avatar and direct to avatar. You may not know this, but direct to avatar actually has been around for a pretty long time. But the thing with it is that over the past, before 2020, the 10 or 15 years before 2020, you can count on one hand the collaboration, the number of collaboration between brands and gaming platform, fashion brands and gaming platform when it comes to direct to avatar collaboration or partnerships. But then 2020 happens and the pandemic hit, and everything hit a pause, big pause button all over the world. And now brands suddenly had to become really creative with how they're going to reach their consumers when they are at home, not being able to go out and interact physically. So naturally, direct to avatar became really huge, and not just in fashion, but also in the beauty industry as well. So many brands like Glossier or Givenchy Beauty, so many of them suddenly grab on Animal Crossing, The Sims, and many more as one of their key marketing communications tool. So this is just a very upfront example, easy example for you to understand that. Personally, I think direct to avatar is here to stay. It will not go away because the pandemic, the impact of the pandemic is going to be very long lasting. And for us as communicator, we have to think of new way to interact and engage our audience in a meaningful way. And that's why I think the avatar market, or as some people call it, the avatar economy, will become really big in the next few years. And actually, it has been happening. And another interesting point, because we've seen a lot of debate around the topic of whether or not people will consume digital fashion and whether there will be a place for digital fashion. Well, the thing is, as you think of it, digital fashion actually, in a way, can solve the problem of fast fashion. What happened in the past is that people will buy a very cheap piece from H&M or a fast fashion brand, and they wear it for one time. They take a picture of it, post it online, and then that was it. That garment or that top will never be seen again. So the thing with the digital fashion is that it can offer you that one-time use of this particular garment, and you can use it. You can take a picture of yourself in that garment, you post it on social media, you have that moment, and then the environment doesn't have to suffer from that consumption of yours. So to Lucy's point, I think there is really a place, a big territory for digital garment, and when it comes to consumer consumption moving forward. And as the marketing communication lead at the Immersive Kind, I think it's also very important for me to bring out this point. What we're doing at the Immersive Kind is very much about nurturing and creating this very collaborative platform for emerging creatives to come together and create a really beautiful thing. The thing with digital fashion is that it's so new. Many people are still not sure about this. Many people are still like, I don't know. But the thing is, you will never know if you don't try it out. And that's why we're doing what we're doing. We're helping young talents to try out this very new waters, to just test the waters and see what it's about. There's still a lot at stake. There's a lot that we don't know just yet. So that's why it's very important for us to have this very safe environment, very inclusive and diverse environment for creatives to feel safe to create whatever they want, however they want it. And that's exactly what we're doing. And that doesn't mean that it's just going to benefit the talents. It's also benefit our partners, the brands that we are working with. And the Immersive Kind, we are proud to use the industry connection that we have to really help the young talents and in a way help visualize the future of digital fashion through the work that we're doing. So yeah.
Tammy, that was really interesting. And what you're saying about the young talents, what do you think crypto fashion and blockchain means for young emerging talents, Tammy?
I think it's so interesting because the thing with crypto is that there's still a lot of things that we don't know about this. And recently we've read articles about the downside of crypto art. But the thing is, we will never get to this point of knowledge if we didn't try it out, right? So there's always that element that needs to be done. We need to try it out. We need to have those people really eager about this new tool that they have. And also crypto and blockchain, given the security of it, now actually digital artwork can rely on it. Because previously digital artwork, the creatives, they don't really know how to feel about it because they don't know how it's going to be secure. What if it's stolen? What about copyright and everything? But then now crypto come and blockchain, and with that technology that, you know what, I'm going to give it a try. And then when they give it a try, other people said, hey, look at the environmental impact of this thing. And then we stop and we think about it. And obviously there's a lot that we don't know. But again, back to that point, if we don't try it out, we will never know. So what we're doing at the Immersive Kind is we're encouraging that kind of mindset to just dive in, just go forward and see what it's about.
Yeah, no, that is definitely the ethos of the Immersive Kind, to be sharing our knowledge with each other. And yeah, definitely. That is really interesting about the crypto fashion world, and we are really interested in, I think there will be this sort of movement, won't there, from going from the crypto fashion frenzy to starting to look into how it can be good for the environment and find new models of consuming digital fashion as well. So I think that will be something that we'll be working towards over in the next few years. We've got Lorna now to talk a bit about her virtual reality project, the process of making, and a little bit about her artwork. Lorna.
Hiya. So I'm a VR artist. I work mainly with tilt brush. I have an art and design background as well. I graduated 2 years ago from the University of Leeds with art and design. And since then, I've been trying as much as possible to create worlds in Tilt Brush. And I have some experience with creating videos and working at events and workshops. And recently, I've been working on a 360-degree immersive film, which is going to be released soon, actually. So it's going to be released on the 11th of March on the Mozilla Festival, which is online this year. And speaking about adapting a lot this year, just to pick up on other conversations that we've had previously, yeah, a lot of adapting has been done, and I've been a lot of my work previously was for like live events and creating physical immersive experiences in Tilt Brush. And one thing that I quite like to do is to make like as big as I can before I break the file size, like break the system. So a lot of my work is like huge, like as big as I could get it, really. And then since sort of moving on from real life events, I have dipped into the crypto art scene, and I've also now got a virtual gallery Insomnium space, if anyone's aware of that. So I can show you some of these things. I'm a newcomer to the immersive kind, so we'll have a collaboration coming soon with one of Alan's avatars with Kadine's face on it, which is great. So I'm going to share some of my, if I'm able to share my screen. Let me know if my audio cuts out. So can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So just to show you, so this is my website. I can show you some of the things that I've been working on. So to begin with, I'll show you this. So this is the piece that we will be putting Kadine into the world of. So this is something I created at the beginning of the first lockdown. And I'm kind of interested in using immersive space to kind of further what I used to like to do with my oil paintings. So I began with oil paintings, and I used to create these huge oil paintings and turn them into 360-degree panoramas that you can turn around. Let me show you some of those. So you can kind of see here, so this actually was an oil painting. It was 3 meters long in total. And then I patched it up and made it into this kind of virtual experience that you can move yourself around. So this kind of really was the beginning of my interest in virtual reality. You can see these on my website and on Veer. And I just always wanted to see like how far I could put someone into my painting. So this was the painting laid flat. Because sort of my inspirations were like Hockney and using color as a way to kind of impose emotion and feeling. So that kind of drew me to VR and immersive arts. Because instead of trying to draw people in, you could literally place someone inside of what you were trying to convey. So I'll play you, this is a piece of artwork, and this is going to be used for the collaboration.
Lorna, that's really beautiful. What was the process in making this? Did you use Tilt Brush as well as some other software?
So this was all Tilt Brush. Yeah, I created this entirely in Tilt Brush.
How long did it take for you to make this?
It's hard to say. I'd say it took between like 15 and 20 hours to do this.
This is really amazing, Lorna.
It's really like definite world building.
It feels like Avatar, the movie.
That's a compliment, thank you.
Oh my God, wish I could be in there.
So I'm really like big on creating atmosphere and kind of, I don't know another word to say it, but just like imposing feelings on someone and like making them feel like you would with any kind of art, sort of conveying the way that you want them to feel, and using atmosphere as a way to do that.
Mm-hmm.
The music in this was created by Jack Hyde.
This is incredible.
This is so beautiful. Like, I feel like instantly I'm in there. I feel so comfortable right now, so relaxed.
Oh, that's so nice to hear. So I also sold this image here, was uploaded to the crypto art market on Cargo Build or cargo.build at some point last year. So yeah, I dipped my toes into the crypto sphere. And there's so much to think of, and then now with talking about the fashion and how it's just completely all growing and everything's changing, but it's really sort of cool, and all of it's so inspiring. This is my VR gallery in Insomnium space, which I created over the summer with the incubator of crypto art, or IOCA. So this is in the IOCA district among other VR artists. And I decided to create a big treehouse, and it houses my 4 360-degree oil paintings.
So you've created your own exhibition space?
Yeah. You can relate this as well to the fashion and just how like all kinds of sort of consuming art and fashion and kind of anything, especially now that we've been limited to only having social experiences and ways of consuming art in these kinds of spaces and online or on Instagram or wherever. But these are kind of the ones that we're drawn to at the moment because they are the most similar and different and better different as well in many ways. But it was really a really great experience to try this, because it meant that I've like got to do so much more networking, and in such a different way when we've really lacked having that. Finally, I want to show you my project with Nutcut called Girmit. This is the 360-degree film that will be released at Mozilla Festival and also on YouTube. So I've been working on this for the past 6 months, and this will be and is the biggest sort of project that I've worked on. It features 5 huge, like world-size tilt brush paintings, and we've converted them into 360-degree video with storytelling. So it's about the untold oral histories of indentured labour in Fiji, and we're using this as an event to tell these untold oral histories that don't get given light, and trying to reach kind of an understanding with viewers and all ages and in schools as well, to kind of have this educational entertainment value to learning about this important history. So I'll just play you a trailer that I created that shows you the process of me working alongside of it. So this was it when it was kind of half in size, and since then it's grown a lot more, with lots more environments to explore, and it will be released soon. So that's all from me with my website.
Lorna,
Awesome.
It's amazing.
Beautiful.
can I ask a question? What do you think
Go for it.
about, because you're very well accustomed to the tilt brush, what do you think about the future of the tools for painters and drawers in virtual reality? Where would you like to see that go?
Honestly, I'm excited, especially since it went open source. I personally haven't sort of played around with trying to make any edits, but I saw that it's been released, multi-brush has been released now, which, I mean, the community is going wild, because we've all been like really excited about the opportunity to do that. And although people have their favorites, maybe it's the community that I'm a part of, but a lot of us really love Tilt Brush for some reason, something about Tilt Brush. I think it's just, for me, it's kind of the atmospheric textures. And since everyone can have a mess around with it, I've seen things that people have like whipped up, created with creating their own brushes and stuff like that, which is all crazy, because before, it was really interesting to learn from other people and have the sketchbook there and put yourself into other people's paintings and literally pick it apart, which is something that you aren't able to do with your favorite artist of a, you know, something that you look up on Google or even in a gallery. You can't physically see it being made and see how it was done and what they chose to use. And it's just a lot easier to kind of learn and collaborate. And you know, there are obviously more apps as well. I do think that sort of immersive design is my favorite use of virtual reality. One of many, but it's my favorite. It's just something about the freedom of creating in this huge, like, limitless space. And another thing that drew me to it actually was not having to pay for materials. Although you have to pay for the headset itself and then the app, not having a canvas and paint and worrying about sort of like, I guess, it going wrong. There's just a lot more freedom, and I think that a lot of industries will be able to take from that and take from immersive design.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's a really, really good point for the creative industries. A digital studio, you don't necessarily, for someone in the emerging artist, emerging designer trying to make their sort of break, they don't need to pay for their own physical studio, and that's enabling a lot of talent. It really is. That's really, really core to the immersive kind. And probably all of us have benefited from having a digital virtual studio. One other question. What is your thoughts on the future of the metaverse, Lorna, when we're thinking about the creative industries? When we're thinking about the metaverse, we're thinking about this idea of this virtual world being aligned with the physical world, and also it functioning on its own, but also still being a part of our social reality. So what do you think about this extended reality becoming a bigger part of society with 5G, with the creative industry?
I think what's just come to mind is that it's a lot more immediate, which definitely the younger generations and just in general is what happens now. But everyone wants immediacy with everything, and having a metaverse where you can upload your brand new digital artwork to your gallery and you can ask your friends to see it in the same night, kind of thing. I think there's something quite different and new about that. The metaverse in general has connected me to people from around the world that you don't get the opportunity to do so. And has just started conversations with loads of people, which I'm sure lots of other people can relate to as well. So for the future of the metaverse, I think it can only grow. It can only grow and it can only get better. There are some, with the metaverses that I've seen and tried, I can only imagine that they'll just keep developing it, probably in ways that we don't imagine yet as well.
What does life on the digital land feel like, Lorna?
In Insomnium space, or
Yeah.
I was amazed the first time I went in there. Honestly, it's just, I think it's that thing that I like about just having seemingly endless space to just run around and explore in. It's something special.
Yeah. One other question, just because you spoke about crypto art, what's your experience as an emerging artist and having your work on the crypto art? How was that experience for you?
Sorry, it was really good actually. I only ever sold the one piece, and I think there was quite a lot of stuff at the time that I did it that I didn't quite understand about the crypto market, which I now do understand. It's definitely something that I'm so interested in, and every day something, 10 new things happen, and I read about it on Twitter or wherever, and it's just blowing up. And it's a really cool thing to be a part of and see people succeed in as well, like see people that I met at some point last year with the beginning of the IOCA gallery, and then seeing them do really well and hear about people pay their bills and live off their crypto art, and it's just amazing. And then seeing people kind of break the system with like Beeple, and just seeing it grow from the beginning upwards. I mean, it is, in a way, it's like overwhelming with the information and like how inspiring it is as well. For an emerging artist like myself, I guess trying to find my way in that, but my experience of actually selling that one piece was really good. And I enjoyed it, yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah. Well, it's been really great having you all here.
Thank you. Really nice to be like chatting to everyone and hear each other's experiences, you know, in this world where we're all on our own at the moment.
I just wanted to say how energized and inspired I am by everything that you've all spoken about this evening. And it's been such an energizing conversation to be a part of, and to hear your insights and all of the incredible work that you're all doing in this space, and especially as women in this space. I'm so honored that you took the time this evening to come and be a part of this really interesting conversation that we can all shape together. And I want to thank Dylan and Lady Fee and Greg for inviting RYOT Studios and the Immersive Kind to come and be a part of Crypto Fashion Week. We're super fans of what you guys have been doing, and we're really committed to looking at ways that we can amplify the importance of collaboration and having an open mind and an open heart and putting good energy out there into the world and making it better. So I want to thank everybody for being part of this conversation this evening. And we're looking forward to building a metaverse with you all. Thanks so much.
Definitely. Yeah, and thanks to all the viewers, and thanks for all of you being here and sharing your thoughts and insights. It's been truly profound. I'm very grateful for all of you. You're all doing wonderful, exciting things. I don't know if any of you have any closing thoughts that you'd like to say, or.
I just want to say thank you so much. I'm so excited beyond words. Like a year ago, I didn't even know what crypto art was, to be honest. 6 months ago, I didn't know what crypto art was until I started realizing that what I do can be capitalized through crypto art. So I think, like myself, many digital artists will feel the same. We're so used to creating these beautiful universes that mostly exist in our hearts, in our minds, and in our hard drives. And it's so amazing. And no video can ever represent like what an immersive work really is. So even just sharing, creating VR or AR and then sharing on Instagram, for example, the quality, the image quality of your work goes from here to nowhere. So just knowing that there is a place, there is a of the art industry that is setting up to create space for us is simply amazing. I'm so happy to hear from everyone. There's some people here that I already knew from the immersive kind, like Lucy. I'm a big fan of her work, and she actually helped me a lot, seeing that digital art is not that hard to make. And Lorna, oh my God, I'm your fan right now. I'm on your website. I'm on your Instagram. You got me, girl. Alan, we couldn't hear you, but we saw you. And oh my God, every time I am in an immersive kind talk, debate, or round table, I just feel the warmth of this amazing community and doing together. So many thanks, guys.
I just wanted to say the excitement that Damara has is the same excitement that we all have. And this is the very wonderful thing about this community of creatives working at the intersection of fashion and technology. Every single young creative that we work with, or even like the experienced one like Matthew, all of them share the very fresh excitement that every time we work with them, we feel like, oh my God, I can't wait to learn more. So everyone watching this, if you want to get in touch, collaborate with us at the Immersive Kind, please do. We would love to hear from you.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. It was super nice to meet you all as well, and hope to catch up on socials.
Lorna, your work's amazing. I'm so glad that you took the time to come and be a part of this conversation. It's like completely blew everybody's mind. Super great work. Love what you're all doing, and yeah, thank you again, Dylan, for inviting us to be a part of Crypto Fashion Week. We're looking forward to connecting with you on social and celebrating everything that's been going on in this space and pushing it forwards to new heights together.
Yes, thank you so much for having us, and I feel really honoured to see everyone at like almost 1 a.m.
This is like super late for me. I'm sending you lots of love, everybody, and really positive and kind energy. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of this conversation this evening.
Yeah, thank you.
Good night from London.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.
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 Amazing. So that's the end of day 4 of Crypto Fashion Week. Stay tuned. We got one final day tomorrow. It should be really exciting. We got an exciting announcement happening tomorrow, as well as some other really great conversations. So please stay tuned for that. I'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor, Luxo, for all the amazing support they've given us. And shout out to all of you for watching and participating. It's an exciting time, very exciting things happening. And we're very grateful to be a part of this conversation as this space begins to grow and emerge. Yeah, beautiful. Have a wonderful day, everyone.